neuroscience have to do with credit union mobile apps? What can the White House teach credit unions about cybersecurity? And what does the term "don't poke the bear" have to do with the credit union tax exemption? These are some of the issues tackled at the annual convention and exposition here in Traverse City during the first day of session, where credit union advocates are getting the information they need to remain industry leaders. Keynote speaker and financial industry strategist Lee Wetherington says research into the minds of young adults can change the game for credit unions.
When you're younger, you have really big problems controlling impulse because the back of your brain is processing like this, while the front of your brain, where the prefrontal cortex and executive function rest, is firing like this, because the myelination has not yet fully reached maturity in the front part of the brain.
That means younger people are more susceptible to impulse buys and not saving, says Wetherington. That's where mobile banking apps that help people manage their money automatically come in.
That help members of Gen Y do things in their own best interest without them having to rely on themselves to do that.
Keynote speaker Teresa Payton, the former chief information officer at the White House, says credit unions should split up sensitive information in the name of data security.
You don't want to segment everything, but there's got to be one or two assets that you say, this would be a disaster when a breach happens if we're all in one place and all of it's stolen at the same time.
But credit unions also need to protect the industry tax exemption by advocating to lawmakers, says CUNA's Rich Mead. That advocacy worked when former Congressman Dave Camp left the exemption alone when Camp considered reforms to the tax code.
And talking to Dave, said, okay, why didn't you tax us? Why didn't you, change our tax status? And he said, we considered it. We looked at it. I can tell you, you were on the table. We as a committee decided, let's not poke the bear.
Mead's message: continue to roar the credit union difference through persistent telling of the credit union story. On Friday, Ken Segal, the former marketing visionary at Apple, shares his insights about the Think Different campaign and working alongside Steve Jobs. See you then.